GM. Give me a little bit to just like share the message, etc., and let's just like get started right after. I mean, I do kind of feel like, for better or worse, like NFTs are definitely moving a little bit yet again, just not the right direction. Not all of them, though. Bodoggo's actually doing something. Not sure why. Bottom of the range though. Interesting, right? Interesting for sure. Anyways, let's see what gives. I think Private Code. How are you doing, brother? Happy you tuning in. Appreciate it. Guys, I think like man, we got some drama here, right? Like I even made like a video on this like earlier today. And this woman is right in the midst of it. So I saw like this copy pasta being like shared like so many times. And I kind of thought like, okay, like whatever, like it's just like a copy pasta to just like troll that people are leaving at the bottom or whatever. Until I saw this message that it was actually like, it started out with like a sincere message with this lady down here. Let me get like the message. So just a word of caution here, because like this is definitely a slippery slope. Fuck, where's the original message? This is the message, right? Before I start, folks, I will never, ever mock someone to take the steps they need in order to provide for themselves or their family, right? That being a first, right? I don't think it's funny that people are leaving the NFT space. Heck, like I would way rather have them join the NFT space, right? To me, that's kind of obvious. Now, let's just like get through the message first, because like again, like I'm gonna release a video on this. Should be like right after the stream. But when we're here for like the drama, we might as well just like do it like on the stream as well. I am officially leaving the NFT space after 5 years. I've realized that this journey has been a significant setback of my career. Sad to hear that. My own platform offered a much more authentic and stress-free environment. What was once a community of art enthusiasts has transformed into a landscape of fraudulent collectors and manipulated auctions. I voiced these concerns, and while it clearly hit a nerve, some collectors have confirmed these unfortunate truths to me privately. My priority is my art. and I refuse to compromise my integrity in an ecosystem that lacks mutual respect. Wait, this should be a little better. My time and vision are far too precious for this. I wish those navigating this deception the best of luck. To the genuine friends and talented peers who stood by me, thank you for everything. So, first off, guys, like, this sucks, right? Like, you prefer people to just, like, be successful, do with their life what you want, right? And, like, make a bunch of money in the meantime. Now, this is the part I find, like, definitely funny, though, is that, like, crypto Twitter has just, like, a way of, like, taking away with this kind of message, right? Now, I don't want anyone to twist my words after the fact, right? So let me be very clear. I think if you're not treating anyone the way you want to be treated, then you're just a bully, and I don't like bullies, right? So to the first ones who actually started to make this into like a copy pasta, I think like it's kind of pathetic, to be honest with you. But like later on, what can you say, right? I mean, like, I've been copy pasta myself. Like, some have been like, I mean, like, I've been like the butt of the joke with like some of these things, right? Let me basically, fuck, which account was it? J-Bond or something like that? Let me just like get to the point, right? The way copy pastas work, at like some point, like you just like see them fucking message just being shared over and over and over, right? I equally dislike how people are just like taking like the moral high ground here, as like all of these kind of messages were just like a personal attack on like this individual, right? The very first ones who shared this from this account specifically, yeah, I think you're a bully. I think you're a bit of a cunt. But there's also a bunch of people who are taking just like the moral high ground for just like using this copy pasta. And like that's something which is just like equally fucking retarded, right? Let's just like call it like it is. I don't think like the problem really is like the copy pasta itself. I mean, like 98% probably are not even sure that it stems from her, for Christ's sake. And if that is the case, like if they all were accomplices in that part, then I mean, like, shame on them, right? I don't think you should be like salivating on someone else's demise in that sense. But like if you're gonna just like be like, oh, this community is sick, this is a nice opportunity. Now we know whom to ignore. Someone please make a list of those lowlifes who jump into this copy pasta. I mean, like, that's a little short-sighted as well, right? Like, I think like that's a little bit hypocritical. I mean, like, maybe I'm just like, well, maybe I'm slightly autistic myself, but like, I've shared like many copy pastas without knowing like the origins. What was like the original, or like there's one guy who basically caught a lot of flack for this though. I think, yeah, James Bond. Where is it? So many like, so like this guy, right? He used to copy pasta himself. Just copying and pasting what this lady here, face it. Now, other than if you're deliberately bullying someone, as much as it sucks, but it's not personal, right? I think probably 95% out of like anyone just like copying and pasting this, we're not aware that it comes from someone like this, or know who knows who it comes from, or like anything in that matter, really. Right? And I think like the guy even like said something like that regarding the viral leaving NFT space copy pasta. First of all, I'd like to apologize to Elrard. I didn't start the copy pasta trend of your post, but I jumped on it, and I also wanted to say you and I wish you, I understand. Geez, I probably should buy some glasses. And I also want to say I understand you and I wish you all the best. However, I want to make a point about the copy pasta. I'm well aware that copy pasta is part of CT culture, much like GM, which it is. Guys, let's just not pretend it's not, and like stop being kind of a cuck and taking like the high horse there, right? Like I think like the moral high ground part is just so cringe. Let's just call it like it is, folks. I mean, like if anyone is getting bullied, right? I think like what? There was another post I saw, which I found like rather distasteful. So like this is something I do want to speak up against, right? Like I'm basically like the repost to where someone goes like typical field artist playbook. I mean, it's so easy to kick someone when they're down. Can make it in the real art world. Saw that it was easier in NFT, so pivoted. Can't make it in the NFT space either. Cries and blames the market manipulation for her failure. Virtual signals that she's above this all. Goes back to normal art world to feel some more. I mean, I think this guy's kind of a cunt. Like, even if that's your opinion, like, why do you care? Right? But, like, equally, I think things like this is just, like, cringe as well. Oh, no, like, folks, it's so bad to jump on the copy, but it is what it is. Like, shit happens. Right? As our guy here said, that, like, it's just, like, a part of culture without him knowing, like, who specifically, right? Please do know that most people jumping in on this copypasta train meant no harm and no mockery. It's really just a playful repost of a viral post. That's kind of it, guys. Like, stop crying. Now, again, like, if you're like the other guy, right? Like red-haired Shanks or whatever the guy's name was, then you're just a bully. That's, I mean, like, that. Then you're kind of a cunt. However, I know we could have be more sensitive, and for that I apologize. Please know that I didn't mean to mock you. Yeah, I mean, like, that's one. And also, I kind of feel that, like, anyone just like jumping on this train, just throwing shade at anyone who was like, oh, well, shame on you, folks. Shame on you. I mean, like, it's so cringe, man. It's so cringe. Mr. Champ, what's going on, brother? So, anyways, we're in the midst of drama. Don't let anyone tell you that NFTs are dead, because for better or worse, these are headlines on Twitter. These are headlines on Twitter. Guys, like, let me just, like, the NFT space sometimes is like a little bit shitty, right? I will never forget that I got my youth with a crown. I got scammed. I got my thing stolen, and I was like literally mocked for it in like the DGOTS Discord. And it felt bad. These things happen, right? It's not personal. Grow some thicker skin. At the end of the day, like, she literally only said, like, I'm leaving the space. No one was physically hurt. It's just mean words. You cannot let this shit get to you like this. Anyways, what should be noted though, that she is leaving the 1/1 art, which is not the same shit as we're doing right here, right now. Parallel collection, 1/1, a manifold. I'm not too like into like the 1/1 art, but like since we're doing like this anyways, why not? So I'll just like shine a little bit of light on them. I mean, like, if this is your thing, like, it looks a lot more real world-esque kind of art than digital, right? Like, this is not what we're covering here in this channel, right? To where you'd have like a 10K kind of collection, or like a 5K or 2K or whatever, right? This is just like I believe like this is what she was talking about with like the auctions, etc., like the manipulation there. I just like I truly have like no idea how the world really works, right? But if we're gonna shine a light on them and like, hey, like, guys, anyone who's taking the moral high ground, yapping and like getting clout, etc., etc., buy the art instead of just like generating clicks, right? Like, if you really want to make a difference in a life, right, and instead of just like taking the moral high ground, like put a bit on like this art, make a real difference instead of just yapping. Anyways, that's my rant, folks. I mean, like, I got like a video coming out on that in a little bit, basically highlighting the same shit as I just highlighted. I think it's man, like, people still care about NFTs for better or worse, right? And again, like, it's just it's psychological cycles at the end of the day. And like, at the very least, like, there's one thing like you gotta acknowledge here. Like, it's so sad that like some players in the space are not profitable anymore, right? But like, that's bear markets for you. And then at the end of the day, like, we all gotta do whatever we deem best for ourselves and our family, right? So cannot hate on anyone for making like the right decision for themselves at the end of the day. So that's that. You guys can actually like expect like a an extra kind of video on that. And even better, like, I did kind of record like a shitload of videos, so like you can expect like a whole lot more videos this week. I expect this to actually be quite the big week, not gonna lie. Within this week, I am expecting to have Lockdown Kaiser's OK from OK Bears. And I expect to, somewhere this week, I'm gonna have like another interview, but like, I don't know, I'm not gonna lie, folks. Like, this one is kind of like butt clenching because they're in the midst of a mint, right? Which is, to me, which is a little scary because, like, at the end of the day, I will never really endorse an NFT brand because this is such a fast-paced space. There's no way of knowing what's gonna happen in like the next 4 or 5 like months, let alone years. So I will not endorse anyone. But what I will do though is that I should like shine a light on anything Solana NFT related at the end of the day, right? It's for the projects to basically like prove themselves. I don't know, I find it like really hard to distinguish like that kind of what's right there or what's wrong or whatever is ethical or what is not. I have no clue. I would say like probably the line will be to where I've no clue whatever line is. Like, I'm not getting paid for this shit. I would love to get paid for it. When bull market is back, I might get paid for it, but until then, like, we just gotta like shine a spotlight on like Solana NFTs, right? Whether it's like the blue chips, whether it's the new mints, right? And I think like that's like what I believe is like the biggest challenge right here, right now. What are like the projects like worth shining a light on, right? Because I've always said to myself, like, hey, like more than likely it's gonna be the blue chips, which are gonna be like the safest bet, right? But then anything can happen with these things to where Matlats totally shit the bet themselves, right? And I considered them like probably number one. So for better or worse, I mean, like, these are interesting times, if anything, right? So yeah, you know what? Like, anything I would ever cover, I'm just gonna say it like it is. Do your own research. Like, I always like joke about like this subject, right? Like, I dive quite deeply into like NFTs. This is the biggest passion I have. I love to like shine a light on them. I love to just like have like founders on who are trying to make a difference at the end of the day, etc., etc. I love to like highlight the collectability of things. I love to just like see if there's an edge I can like find for like anyone tuning in right here, right now. But we all gotta like, there's no responsibility with me having on guests on the show, and I think like that's where I'm gonna draw the line at the end of the day, right? Anyone looking to be like a net positive in this space, I think like they should be highlighted, and I do my fitting on beforehand. But if you guys are gonna make like decisions based on my due diligence, that's really not on me, right? I don't know, like, it's just like some food for thought. Like, these are like some of like the inner battles I'm having, right? As in, like, let's just call it like it is. Like, I prefer to just like have as much founders on blue chip projects as I possibly can, but like at the same time, there are new projects out there who are working very, very, very hard on a daily basis to be competing with those blue chip projects, right? And if I'm only going to be focusing on like the ones which are out there right here, right now, I might be missing like the new bigger players on the block, and that's just kind of what it is, right? So anyways, I think like that's my rant for now. I kind of hope that makes sense to you guys. So TLDR, I'm also gonna have like projects before mint or during the mint or just like recently after the mint. But I will give them the hard kind of questions though, and I do kind of feel that's, I mean, I think that only makes sense, right? Because like that'd be just like horrible if I'd actually like contribute to like shit tier projects getting a spotlight at the end of the day. But then again, right, like anything can happen within this place. We have MATLABs, which had like what, like a minus 50% over like the past 2 weeks. At the end of the day, like everything is risky, right? Especially like in like a market which has been like down only for the longest time. But like, make no mistake, folks, like I am, me personally, no financial advice. I'm a autistic cat guy. I'm the NFT cat, right? We're gonna shine a light on all of them, and we're gonna like try to attract like the most talented individuals within the NFT space with regards to, I will definitely keep my focus on Solana, because at the end of the day, I am a hardcore believer in Solana NFTs. I like the art, I like the community. I mean, this is what is home to me, right? And rightfully so, because the user experience is absolutely great. I think, give me 1 sec. The art is great, the communities are great. There might not be quite as much liquidity right here, right now, but you know what? That's always the case when we're at the bottom, right? Like the lack of volume, etc., etc. And I'm gonna be one of the players who actually like contributes into like the revival of Solana NFTs. I'm not like quite as delusional. We're gonna make a difference, but we're gonna like contribute at the very least, right? So, having said that, let's see where we're at. Also, let me know in the chat what you would like me to have a look at. Until then, let's just get started with DGOTs, right? I mean, like, I'm just gonna say it like it is. I do kind of feel that DGOT should be starting to bounce sometime soon. If we're not gonna get it right here, right now, then I got some bad news for us. But let's see, right? Like, as long as we maintain these levels, we're still kind of in like the okay zone, right? On the one hand, I mean, like, man, not gonna lie, still so cheap to like to get your DGOTs, right? Versus like the US dollar. I mean, like, heck, we're pretty much at like all-time low. Let's see. I mean, like, these charts are really killing me right now. All time to fucking bounce, folks. Let's see, right? Like, interesting times, if anything. right? Like all-time low versus the US dollar. It's kind of do or die. Let's just call it like it is, folks, right? But if it's due, then the sky is pretty much the limit at these levels, right? Because again, there's just like some, if you ever wanted to get yourself a DGOT, right? Why not? No, I know I've set this at like what, like 5.5 Solana. We're kind of ranging, right? Like, let's see what's gonna give, but like, who knows? Even if we would like drop a little lower, if you ever wanted to get yourself a DGOT when they were trading at like 10,000 US dollars, 20,000 US dollar, 400 Solana, whatever, right? Why not at these levels? I think like this is like some great art to begin with. I mean, like, heck, like to me, like this is like the best art on Solana, the best art on chain, even. Plus, like, there's one kind of advantage you might want to explore with like a community like DGOTs, right? And that's definitely the fact that DGOTs already, like, this community already went through hell and back, right? With like Frank Leiden. So basically, all there's left within the community right here, right now, is the hardest of hardcores. That's basically like collectors stepping in and they're getting bought. I mean, like, that's for sure. I would probably assume that like DGOTs right here, right now, is like the best community. And why I say like best, right? Like, it's when you think of like other communities, like, I mean, like, quite literally all of them SMB. I mean, like, MATLATS is not in like the best sentiment right here, right now. Famous Foxes, Geckos, Klanos. I would say that MATLAT or like DGOTs definitely is like the one with the most like social activities, if anything, right? Like, let's look at the volume. I mean, like, volumes are definitely like stagnating a little bit, it should be said, other than like MATLATS, right? But like, that's so much sell pressure right now. Give me 1 sec, folks. All right, there we go. I mean, jeez. Not gonna lie, sometimes this little cap mask is definitely like a uphill battle, just a little bit. We're not complaining. I mean, like, there's still like plenty of volume, and especially when you compare it to against like the market cap, right? So only what, like 30% less volume than SMB. But then on the other hand, though, if you compare like the SMB market cap to DGOTs, they're what, like 3x the market cap, which is quite a lot, right? I think that's a lot. So if you're looking at these kind of things, like, same with like Famous Foxes, right? Like, Famous Foxes have nearly like, I mean, like 1.5x like the market cap, and like they're at a higher 7-day volume. I mean, like they even have like a higher volume than Claynosaurus. How? Right? Because Claynosaurus has like a market cap of like 131, 132 Solana. Isn't that nuts? Right? I think it is. I for sure think it is. So yeah, plus like if you're just looking from a holistic point of view, right? Whatever MATLATS is going through right here, right now, and again, like I'm not the one to dunk on MATLATS. I think like the art of MATLATS actually is quite great. I think it's actually like the single greatest art right after DGOTS. But I don't know what's gonna happen, right? Because like so far, I'll tell you this much, I do kind of feel that the FUD is not really being taken care of in like the best way, because like as far as I know, the community is just like being told to shut the fuck up, right? So unless if we would just get some kind of a V-shape recovery, which is possible, but like how would you bet on that? Right? If you're looking at like from this perspective, and then you'd go to, let's say, SMB, they've taken like much more time printing like a bottom, right? So I mean, like technically MATLATS just could be here, right? Like I don't know, like it's just like so speculative, but like all I'm gonna say is that it might take them a little longer than we'd hope them to take, right? Let's see, like I have no clue what's gonna happen, but at the very least, like other NFT brands are at levels where they're gonna like retest like previous lows, equally with DGOTS, right? If you're looking at DGOTS right here, right now, they look like they're just like retesting at the end of the day, right? If only like my fucking browser would just like load tensor, thank you. Let's see, right? Interesting times, folks, like I'm telling you. I mean, like if this breakout would be successful, right, then we can actually, I would say we will probably go up like quite violently if I were to guess. But for that, we should start going up rather soon, right? I don't think I'm saying like anything crazy right here, right now. So pick your poison. What do we think is gonna happen, right? Like it's anyone's game right here, right now. And that's just the truth. But like if you're just in this shit for like the collectability of things, I mean like holy smokes, do we have like quite the options, right? At floor price, this is looking amazing. Such a cool profile picture. So clean. The bloodied zebra stripes, right? Like the bloodied wife beater shirt. Very clean, very nice. And also, like, let's just look at like the several versions. 4219. 4219. Not the biggest fan of season 1, not going to lie, as you might know, but it is what it is. Actually, for like a season 1, I think like this one is pretty good. Damn good. Like, this is a good fucking profile picture. And I think this is quite clean. Like, are you kidding me? I think it actually is like really, 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 really clean. So again, like, if you ever wanted to like allocate, right, to a DGOT, to a SMB, Mad Lads, I've no fucking clue, right? Like, it might take longer, it might have like a V-shaped recovery. We don't know. But if you're just like a fan of like digital art, like holistically speaking, then what are you waiting for, right? Like, I'm not telling like anyone to just be retarded and just like throw like their kids like study money at it. Maybe you should, I don't know, like depending on how much you like your kids. But if you can go back in time, would you rather just like buy Pokemon cards at the top, or just before like the COVID crash? Right? That's kind of what I'm getting at. Like, do you want to wait when like prices are higher and you feel better about it, or like do you think like right here, right now might be like a very good time to like start like getting into these collections? And again, like, no, without like even thinking like what the price is gonna do in the future, right? Like, historically speaking, why not now? Other than like, if you're just not interested, I understand that. If the argument will be like, hey, I just am not interested in getting into NFTs, then, well, then you shouldn't be getting into NFTs. But could not be me, folks. Could not be me. In the meantime, I mean, like, we're just looking at like good art at around like the floor price level. To anyone who might be interested, there's only like 263 angel wings. People are flooring this shit right here, right now. But I think, holistically speaking, most of the time these people are wrong. There's some like hidden treasures on the floor for sure. I don't think you need to burn the bank. I think floors are probably where the alpha is at right now. Fact is, people are spending so much on their grills, especially in Diaz, right? Like, there's so many people who are spending like 8, 9, 10, 11x the floor price to get their most precious grills. But if you kind of feel like, well, I want to get in here with size, I would probably suggest like anyone to just like get your favorite floors, like go as crazy as you could without like spending too much money. Now, I want to like offer something to you guys, right? Like, I would definitely say that I'm the most knowledgeable in DGOTs and Utes, as in pretty fucking knowledgeable. Like, I know them pretty much like I know them pretty much by heart, like many of them. Feel free to just DM me, right? Like, I'm quite like reachable. Like, you can just like send me a DM with these kind of things. Like, hey Cat, I was like contemplating like getting XYZ. What do you think? We gotta have each other's back like at the bottom, folks. If not at these prices, then probably never, right? And could not be me. So yeah. Having said that, has anything like capitulating listed? I mean, like this one is like quite good. Like it's really cool. Shit. I'm getting like man, this is so weird, not gonna lie. Getting like man, this is so weird, not gonna lie. So what's the dealio with Nat Vincent, right? Because I see so much hate towards the guy, and I see like many posts from him. I've never interacted with the guy, neither do I care, but like, why do so many people feel a certain way about him? What do people think of the solar spiral? Hey John, what's going on, brother? So you might find this like really interesting. For anyone interested, youtube.com/the NFT Cat. I actually made like a video on this, as in like a tier list for DGOT's non-mythic skin tier list. If anyone would be interested, together with like also like the mythic traits and like some other traits, right? Have a look at them. Generally speaking, people don't like the solar spiral too much, but I mean, like there's like plenty of ones where like the solar spiral actually looks like very fucking good, right? Let me just, I mean, like, don't mind me just like showing off a little bit. One of like the DGOTs I have, I would say actually looks really good with the solar spiral is this one, right? Because like it matches really well with the hair, it matches really well with the eyes, it matches really well with the divine robe. So generally it's not the most favorite trait, but it also should be noted that it really depends on, yeah, as you say, like it ties in, like it should really depend on whatever the total package of like the NFT looks like, right? At the end of the day. So yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, folks. Like, I'm doing this for a dick all, but I'm doing it nevertheless. I'm doing it while prices are down. Just imagine like the amount of fun we're gonna have like once prices are up. On to the next one. Again, like, do I like this? Yes, but you know what I like even more? What I think will like age better, probably just getting yourself 2 floors. And fact is, like at these prices, like floors, first of all, like there are so many good floors, right? I mean, like getting this one and this one, for example, I mean, like you'd still be like better off than buying one mid rare. Let's see if there's anything, if anything else has been listed lately. This used to be mine. I think this one is like quite good. I'm not sure if it's cheap. I think like the thing which kind of fucks it over like a little bit, that there's quite a lot of like crowns listed right now, but like at the same time, like it has like the devil wings, the cat skin, right, leopard skin, which is a batch trait. The crown, this is like quite a decent one. I like this one a lot. I mean, like, this is one of, like, I think it's ranked number 70 on like the DCOT's website. It's obviously, I mean, like, it doesn't take like a fucking genius to see that this one looks pretty fucking good, right? But like, this is, well, how are you going to look at things, right? Because for 2.6k USD, getting the 70th ranked DGOT is really cheap, historically speaking. But is it cheap compared to floors? Probably not. Probably not. But then again, all girls are like really expensive right here, right now. So I don't know, like, it's up for you guys to decide, like, hey, would I rather play it safe than getting yourself floors is probably like the safer bet. Now, if you're like, I don't give a fuck, I got fresh USDT, USDC, whatever, spray and pray, have a good time, right? I mean, like, if you're never gonna, this is the time to go crazy, potentially, right? Allegedly. I'll tell you guys, like, this is probably like the only time when you'll have like somewhat of a easier time getting some of like the sickest grills out there. And like, some of them are sick, right? I mean, like, this mama looks really good. Radio looks really good. Asset looks absolutely phenomenal. And I mean, like, it's only 3,000 USD. Right? But when you calculate from a perspective of like, well, I mean, like, that's nearly 10x the floor price. It's not that cheap in that sense, right? So pick your poison. The one thing where you will not be able to go wrong, though, in my book, right? Again, like, I don't want like anyone crying, is that floors are generally just like a safer bet than grills, and like they might just like end up being like a safer pick, right? Anyways, I mean, like, that's it for DGOTs right now. I mean, like, Utes getting like murked the fuck down. Holy shit. Let's see. Quite some pressure on like the pricing, right? Well, what do you want me to say? I think like I like Utes a lot. I got a few Utes myself, and I think they're looking really good. I think like it's really easy going. What's the word I'm looking for? The art is easily likable, right? Like being unbothered, being happy, it's colorful. Actually has like quite a lot of volume. And well, I actually have like high expectations for Utes in like bullish times. I think like it, man. Like you know what? Like Utes is basically like the beta play to D-Gods, right? It's the same team. It's the same team. Um, as D-Gods. But I'll tell you guys like one thing. D-Gods is definitely like the flagship project, and like Utes isn't, right? So, I don't know. I do kind of feel like it might serve Utes well if like someone else would just like take them over, right? But like at the end of the day, like Utes bring you like the same kind of benefits as D-Gods. They do, and I mean like they're quite accessible. I mean like they're fun, they're energetic. But you need to like them. Like the one thing I will say about like Yuzo is that there's no rarity involved with the trades, right? I did make like a video on, I mean like if you guys want to like check out the YouTube channel, there's quite a lot you can find there. I don't want to, whoops, I don't want to be like shilling you like this shit like entirely or like the entire time, but there's just like a lot of information you can find there, which is actually why I implemented that to begin with, right? That's wrong. So there's no real rarity, but like obviously there is definitely there's definitely like a difference in the demand side, right? Like some of like the trades are definitely higher in demand than others. Look at like, for example, Pirate Crown. There you go. Generally, they're going for like a 4x the floor price, which we're at right here, right now. Give me just 1 second, by the way, folks. So yeah, I mean, Pirate Crown doing quite well. Scuffy asking how late are you? I mean, with prices actually like going down, I think like we're still early. You're not late at all, my man. How are you doing? We've been yapping on like people bitching on like the copy pasta kind of thing. We've been yapping on Matlats. We've been going through Utes, Gigots. I mean, like folks, like just like me being honest, right? Like, do we think that Utes will be going to 0.2 Sol or something like that? How am I doing? Like, very good, man. Thank you for asking. How are you doing yourself? I mean, this does not definitely not look perfect. Let's just call it like it is. But then again, like, are you guys here to make a quick buck, or are you kind of like well, I've always wanted to be like a part of this community or like this. I mean, like, just looking at me, right? I always wanted to get myself a D God. And at some point, I was able to buy myself like a grill D God. And I'll never forget like how fucking happy I was, because like that was like, to me, like the coolest thing ever. Right. And like, I mean, like, to me, that's D Gods, but like to other people, it might be Matt lads who have like that kind of like more, not morals thing, but like that kind of preference, or like Klanosaurs. And like prices are just so fucking cheap right now that if you, I mean, like historically speaking, right? Just imagine like anyone, just imagine, like, actually, no joke, just imagine how did I become such a big collector? I'm just slightly autistic, my man. What can I say? I like to collect these things. I got some crazy grills. Yeah, I mean, like, I spend a lot of time like hunting things down. Not gonna lie, like, I've spent. It took me a year to like build upon like some of the cool collection and like some kind of things, and I just like contacted a whole lot of people who are just like bullish at the or like bearish at the bottom, and that's kind of it. And it took me a little bit to get there, but yeah, we're here. And I just like did it because like I'm a purist within the space, right? Like I think like NFTs are like the, thank you, man, like to me, like it's very much like the same as, imagine like anyone being passionate about Pokemon cards and someone going through like the garages, like hitting up moms and stuff, right? Like, hey, mom, can I get your son's Pokemon card collection? I'm not paying anything. To me, it's kind of like that, right? Like back in the day, I've always kind of, I can't believe you were 16 when you got your first DGOS. No, the fuck no. Dude, like I'm nowhere near like 20 or something. Like I'm 33 years old, dude. Fuck. I was 16 when I got my first DGOT. That's not me. That's not me. Is it possible that you're talking about just bluish? This guy, potentially? Yeah, yeah, that's him. So anyways, like to me, like this is just like the best asset class to collect, really. I think like it's the most fun. You're gonna have like the easiest time just like to mingle with people, right, who share this kind of a passion for a asset. It's so easy to trade. You don't need to physically be there in order to just like transact or whatever. I mean, like, man, I'm quite antisocial. I don't need to physically interact with anyone, and like that's great, right? To where if we were trading Pokemon cards, I need to get my fucking binder, and I need to travel with the binder, and I need to like get my security with that in check, because like you got like these 16-year-old fuckwits trying to just like rip off cards, etc., etc. Obviously, I'm just talking shit, but like that's why I like NFTs, right? Like it's easy to collect. Like you do not need to rely on a third party to like create your assets, etc., etc. So to me, it's very easy. Like why NFTs? So anyways, we'll see. I'll tell you this much. From like a fundamental or like a community sentiment point of view, right? In that aspect, it won't take like a whole lot. Like, how much more bearish can this space get, right? We've had like Magic Eden fumbling the bags. We've had like NFT Paris going tits up. We've had like MATLATs capitulating. I mean, like what MATLATs are going through is pretty much similar to like what DGUTs have been going through like a year or so ago, I believe. Is that correct? Something like that. But like the good thing is, folks, the art did not change, right? So to me personally thinking, right, like on the one hand, nothing really changed other than like the perception of like any one of us, how we think about the art rather than the art. Having said that though, like I should probably, there's also like another video I'm gonna make, right, on like some of like the newer projects I am really intrigued by. And I'm kind of on a quest right here right now to actually like get to learn more about like new projects on Solana. Again, like I don't want to risk them well, I mean, like I don't want to fucking risk missing like these kind of projects, right? But I mean, like you gotta respect like anyone starting something like within like this kind of like climate, right? Like you would assume that if things would be going well, that the sky would be the limit, right? And having said that, I mean, like the project like Rogues, for example, is like quite interesting to me. I mean, like I think the art is kind of cool. I think the art is like really cool. But also like one thing like I really appreciate about like Rogues, for example, is like the way their community is showing up. Quite active, like really active, and like still really active, right? I think like they're far more like focused on the art, which I personally like. I don't give two shits about like the what's it called, like the utility of things. Like to each their own, but like the utility aspect like is just not really my cup of tea at the end of the day, right? I just want to enjoy good art, and to me, like I like this art, and they're quite young, right? So like I'm not saying that you should buy this or you shouldn't buy this or whatever, but if you're looking for new projects to basically keep an eye on, I think like Rogues is definitely one of the ones to keep an eye on. Medievals, obviously, but like honestly, like I've been covering them like quite extensively as well, right? I mean, I think like that's kind of fucking clear that like I got a few medievals myself, but like I'm also like quite the big fan of like what they're doing. It should be noted, by the way, that like since we're here anyways, where is it? Yeah, I mean, like Primevals has been delayed to the end of the week, right? Too bad. Too bad, really. I mean, like, what can I say? Mid founders, right? Like, this is. I don't think Primevals will ever recover from this. No, I mean, like, all jokes aside, like, it kind of sucks because, like, I was looking forward to just like covering like this shit during the stream tomorrow. It is what it is, though. Let's see how this is going to evolve, right? Or like what kind of updates are going to come. To anyone who might tune in right here, right now, who is not too sure about like what Primevals is to begin with, here you have Medievals. Medievals is founded by the original designers of DGots, not Frank DGots, but like that's Johnny DGots and Sir Candy Apple. And apart from their art style, which is like very much like relatable on the one hand and fantasy-esque on the other hand, they use like burn mechanisms. And what do I mean by that is just they implement like these smaller kind of events to where they incentivize the community to burn their assets being like medievals, right? So having said that, if you were to, I mean, like right now they got like the Primevals, right, which just got delayed, by the way. But again, it's free mints, built by the community, free mints, blah blah blah, 1,000 supply. What you need to do for it is you own and trade a medieval, voting on every trade is done, and then you can mint on the 31st for free. Then random burn begins, and then, well, what can I say? Like the random burn begins, right? So what this will mean for like the community is that you would actually need to burn two of your medievals to save your freshly minted primeval. Again, 95% will get burned over the course of 3 weeks. I think like that's pretty much, I mean, like that's 95% guaranteed that your primeval would get burned. So I mean, like, I don't like those odds. And I mean, like, they just have like plenty of like these kind of like burn events, right? Like before they had the orcs, for example, which would basically cost you like two minutes to just like mint one, so slightly different. They also had like this one, as like a physical collectible, which turned out to be like really cool, actually. It looks like it is like on the lower side of the IQ curve, not gonna lie, but like it is what it is. But like it's not only medievals, right? Like I think like rogues, they where's like the Karoots? There you go. Rogues also had like Karoots to where I believe like this is kind of like a burn mechanism as well. I'm not too sure about like the specifics on this, but I believe you can basically burn your Karoots who will like alter traits in like the future. I might be slightly mistaken, but like I do kind of feel like that's the gist of it. I mean, like, honestly saying, right, like, guys, like, NFTs are not dead. You might just not like the price action we see right here, right now. Plus, you might just not be looking at the right kind of places, right? I mean, like, not everyone is just like sitting on the sidelines doing nothing. And I do kind of feel though that that's probably like the biggest mistake like a lot of these kind of blue chip projects are just making right here right now, right? Like being like, oh, it doesn't make sense, I might as well just like not do anything, right? Because like it's very comfortable with like not doing anything. But we don't care about comfortability, right? We want them to just fucking work and just position themselves in the best way. Because you know what? I think there's quite the big audience really for people who slightly care about like these things. Just me being real. I mean, my personal highlight I've had during live streams is probably with what, medieval so far, to where we had like over 500 live viewers, which is kind of nuts. I mean, like, let's just like call it for what it is, right? Like at peak bear market times, like that's a lot, like a lot. That's a lot of people who might like be slightly interested. Or maybe I'm just like smoking crack here, but like I don't think I am. Even now we have what, like 92 people tuning in? What, like this channel has, how many followers do we have right here right now? 431. I mean, that's only like a fairly small channel, right? We're growing, don't get me wrong, right? But like it's gonna take a little bit. But like I mean like if anything, right? Like we're here bullish at the bottom, man. I mean, like I think like this is like the greatest asset class there is. I think like this is like the part which is so much more fun than fucking meme coins and all like the stupid shit, right? Oh, yikes. Let's see. BTC not looking too good, it seems. 66k. I mean, it is what it is, folks. Yeah, I mean, like having said that, like I would love anyone to just like tell me if there's like any project on Solana they would like me to have a look at. Also, JMOs, what's going on, brother? We just talked about like the medievals or like the primevals delay and how I don't think like the founders will ever recover from this. They're done. I'm obviously just kidding, folks. But I mean, to where like everyone and their mom, I mean, just look at this chart though. The daily is bullish. I mean, yeah, I think so. I mean, like it looks bullish. It looks interesting, if anything, right? Medieval's bullish no matter what. Potentially, yeah. I mean, like they're definitely doing like something small, right? And who knows? I mean, like we should just like keep into account, right? Might slip over banana peel. Something might happen in like the NFT space, and like that's kind of what it is. And like people might start losing their minds yet again, like, oh wow, X, Y, Z happened, and everyone might be bullish yet again, right? But I'll tell you guys this much. Devils are bullish, but we don't know if they're gonna execute. Well, I'll tell you guys this, like I will have devils on sometime soon. There, I said it. And I'm gonna ask them the hard questions as well, right? I mean, like we all gotta like pay a price if we're gonna be there when we're still minting. I think their art is like really good, but like they're, to me, like the biggest question is, and like feel free to let me know like if there's like any questions you guys would have. I want to know on what the plan is on the longer term with their community and the community building. Whatever mission is going to be there, like are there going to be events? Because you can only do giveaways like for so much, right? And that's just the truth to these things. So, I mean, like, we can have a look at devils. Just so you guys know, me having anyone on does not mean that I'm endorsing anyone. But equally, though, I do think this is really good art. I would have loved to get my hands on like a one-on-one like this, though. Not gonna lie, looks awesome. I think like the art looks really good. I'm not going to lie. Like I think it looks really, really, really good. I think like the story of them starting out as a derivative, stepping away from that, and then moving to like their standalone project is really interesting. But like you got to basically what's the plan on the long term, right? And I'm happy to like ask these kind of questions, to be honest with you guys. But equally, when just looking at like the art itself, I think the art looks really good, like really good. Where's devils? It's not the evils, because like that was their previous collection. I don't know. I don't know where I can find them. Maybe here? I mean, I don't mind the art, not gonna lie. I mean, like, honestly, I cannot look at this and be like, well, this is like a clear derivative. No, it hasn't minted out yet. So that's one thing I'm gonna say, like, proceed with caution, right? Like, obviously. But at the same time, like, I do kind of feel like this is looking quite fucking cool. From just like the perspective of art, it looks really, really, really cool. That's just my opinion on these things, right? Like, I'm not looking at this being like, oh wow, like I hate this. Not at all. Not at all. I think like it looks good. I think it looks great. I'm only slightly pissed that I got a bad mental. But like I man, like I cannot look at this and be like, oh well, yeah, that's okay. Like, true question, chat. Can you look at this and be like, well, this is a clear derivative from DGOTS? Because I don't see it anymore. Before, yes, but like I kind of feel they did everything they had to do in order to rectify that. I mean, not gonna lie, I think like this one is looking quite shitty. But this one is looking quite cool. I think it looks dope. I mean, like this one is probably the big one, right? I mean, Scuffy, like you can call it inspired by, but like that way you should like also call Medievals inspired by, right? And I know like it's the same artist, but like it's a tough one. I mean, like, you know what? If anything, I'm intrigued by their art. I wonder what their plan is gonna be. I wonder how they're going to do the what's it called? The community building, etc., etc. With a new myth. Like, I'm very skeptical, right? Like, I think I will tell you guys this much. As much as I think like their art is really cool, I think like they kind of like fumbled their own mints. Not gonna lie, like I do kind of feel that they literally just like slipped over banana peel and were like, whoa, we're live, by the way, guys. I think like they could have anticipated that better. I think like that was a mistake. But I don't think it's like the worst of mistakes, right? Like you have like these other, you have like these, this one, for example, micros. I think like there's other ones like this one, right? To where I like this art. I like it a lot. I think it's cool. I think it's different. So I've said like all of the things I like about them. Now look at this. A 10k mints. I mean, like only 58%. Like a week ago it was like 52 or something like that. I do believe that these guys are having like a tougher time minting out, right? Because you have like some of these wallets like 300, 200, 300, 300, 300, 200, 200, 200, 200. I mean, I can only imagine that whenever these things are gonna min out, that people will be like taking their profits or just like looking to like get their liquidity back or whatever. I think like this is kind of like, this is where, how do you recover from that? And like, again, like if we slip over banana peel and like NFT season is back, then they're gonna be like the next big thing potentially. But like until that happens, I'm kind of like, oh, like this just makes me cringe. I'm not going to lie. Just being real.
This is your favorite curator, the digital collectible burger. Guys, we're like the day. Indeed, I mean, like a digital artist leading for physical, the way of showing that. Look, I'm not like these guys, but to make it work out financially, I mean, in order to provide. You agree with my views? Do you think I'm spreading bullshit? I do kind of feel that.
Okay, folks. I'm gonna call it for today, but I'm gonna leave you guys with something good though. Boom. Latest video on YouTube. It is on the drama message. We had with the copy pasta. Just my take on it. I think things. Buy more mitts. Well, there you go. Buy more mitts, folks. JMO said it. He's a wise man. Actually, he is a wise man. Let me just like leave you guys though with this one. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. Anyways, I mean, like, guys, for now, that's it. Like, I appreciate like all of you tuning in. Like, it really does. 105 people. That's fucking insane, right? We don't even have like any guests on, right? We're bullish at the bottom. Your broski's here for you. Like, whether you want a tissue because like we're all losing money, or you just want to have like some banter on like NFTs, collectability, like all the good stuff. Consider me a friend. Or don't consider me a friend. I don't care. Just like engage with me. It's all good. All right. We all like Solana NFTs at the end of the day. I'm your boy, right? I might be coming online tomorrow. I probably will. Probably after like the Medieval's Town Hall. And if anything, appreciate you tuning in. On to the next one. Like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, please. I do daily content. I got like what, fucking like 70 subscribers. Do I have 70 subscribers? $72. Well, there you go. But I got 109 videos, right? So like I'm actually like quite active. Equally active within the streaming space, right? Like I appreciate you too, Jamos. Appreciate it. This week we're having Devils on. I believe somewhere next week we will have OK Bears on, which is huge, by the way. I'm trying to get Jam Jammer from SMB on. Fact is, I'm coming for everyone in the space. Alex Weitzman, Loki. By the way, Loki, you should watch it because like I'm coming for you on the numbers as well, and like only covering Solana NFTs. Anyways, tomorrow I will like do another stream. I will record more videos. Make sure that there's a place you guys can call home within Solana NFTs, because you know what? Like, fact is, fucking Magic Eden isn't gonna do it for us, right? Like all they're like all they care about is shoving like fucking Gamify down our throat, which I'm just like, which just pisses me off. Let's just get it, call it like it is. Anyways, I'll see you guys tomorrow, probably around the same time. Thank you so much for tuning in. 100 people tune in the past like hour and a half means a lot to me. It really does. Thank you, and we are not done. I will see you guys tomorrow. I'm purring out. Bye.